So for the past 6 months, I've been testing full self-driving beta. I've been part of a very limited, small number of people across the United States testing this out. Well, Elon just recently tweeted that he's going to multiply that user base by 10x. That means a lot of you guys are going to be getting full self-driving beta. So I thought, what better than to educate you guys on what it is, how to get it, and what you can expect from full self-driving beta. Let's get into it. Let's start with the what is it? Well, let's start with autopilot. Autopilot is included with every Tesla that you purchase today. It essentially allows you to maintain speed, distance, and keep you in the lane when driving on the freeway. It's amazing. It's still considered beta, but it works damn near flawless, and it comes with every Tesla bought today. All it takes is double tapping on the right stalk to initiate it, and you can set your distance from car using the right scroll wheel. You can also set your speed using the right scroll wheel, and it just works. It keeps you in the lane, it keeps you at the speed, and traveling long distance, this is a game changer, and I'm glad that it's included on every Tesla. Now, on top of that, if you decide to purchase full self-driving, which at the time of recording this video costs $10,000, you're given a couple of extra additional features. Now, those additional features are Summon, which allows you to move your car forward or backwards in case it's stuck in a tight spot or you need to get it in and out of the garage. Auto Park, which works with parallel or perpendicular parking spots. It also includes auto lane change, so combined with autopilot on the freeway, this will actually change lanes for you as well to get you into faster lanes or move you around slower traffic. It also includes Navigate on Autopilot, which is active guidance from highway on-ramp to off-ramp. So essentially, if you combine autopilot with full self-driving, you have a pretty amazing experience getting onto the freeway, your entire long-distance road trip, and getting off the freeway. The gap lies in local roads, city streets, and that's where FSD Beta comes in. Now, every one of Tesla's vehicles today comes with the hardware needed to essentially fully self-drive itself and the future of full self-driving. So fundamentally, if you're purchasing full self-driving today, while it's not all available, it will eventually be, and it's all software unlocked. So as those features come available, it can be software unlocked, and you don't have to worry about the hardware because you technically have the hardware already to have full self-driving. Now, there's no doubt about that Tesla's autopilot and full self-driving systems are fundamentally much safer than the human driver. The gap lies in what's next for full self-driving. We've got some great features today, but what comes next? And that is local city driving. That's stopping at stoplights and stop signs. That's right turns and left turns on local roads. So how far are we away from full self-driving? Full self-driving can come in numerous different flavors. There's different levels of autonomy. And if we're talking about level 5, which is the highest level of autonomy, that means you can go in the back seat and sleep. That seems to be a ways away, but this next level that we're approaching is essentially level 3. If you're unfamiliar with the different levels of autonomy, I recommend you take a look at that. I'll put up on the screen the different levels now, and what you'll see right now is ideally Tesla's at level 2 autonomy today, and that essentially means that the vehicle can perform steering and acceleration, which it does on the freeway, but the human still monitors all tasks and can take over at any time. Okay, so essentially, what are we missing from full self-driving? We're missing city street driving. That's left turns, right turns, stopping at stoplights, observing for cross traffic, people crossing. It's a lot to account for, and that's what's coming in FSD Beta. So now that you know what it is, let's talk about how you can get it, according to Elon. So up until now, FSD Beta has been a mysterious rollout. I don't even know how myself was selected, but I remember that I joined John from Tesla Owners of Silicon Valley, who got it first on his Model X.
Wait, it's going?
Oh, it's going, dude.
But there's no lane. There's no lanes.
Oh my.
There's cars on the side of the road.
Dude, it's navigating through it all, bro. All right, here we come up to the first turn, dude.
No.
Blinker is on, dude.
Blinker's on.
My mind is about to be blown, bro. Okay, here
No
we go.
way.
Oh, no way, dude.
Oh, it paused to look.
It paused to look, dude.
Wait.
No way.
I filmed there, and I can only think that because of what we filmed and because of how we shared it, that I was selected. But I have no idea how it was, and all I know is that I got it. Through the last 6 months, it's been sprinkled on a couple more people, and the beta group has grown, but it's still been fairly small. I believe the last time that Elon talked about it was less than 1,000 people. Now, majority of those people are employees. Actual public-facing people, I maybe know of less than 40 that have it. Now, with that growing to 10x, it's going to be a lot, and Elon first started by saying, if you want it, let us know, with zero direction. And after that tweet was sent out, about 20,000 comments ensued below that of people wanting it, people reaching out to the service center, people creating tickets. It was pretty crazy. So much so that Elon then said, hey, it's been overwhelming demand, and due to that, they're going to add this download button to your vehicle. Now, there hasn't been a whole lot of information given behind what this download beta button is going to look like. He did also state that availability varies by region due to regulatory approval and delays and/or Tesla internal development and testing. And of course, the software is tested internally by Tesla's simulation and QA drive teams. So we don't know. How is this button going to show? I can only imagine that there's going to be a software update, and that software update is going to have this button. When you get this button, this software update, you'll have a button that says download beta. You're probably going to have to click on that button, which is going to prompt you with some warnings. These warnings is what we're going to get into what to expect with it. So at this point in time, sit tight and wait. A software update's gonna come available at some point on your car, and you're gonna get a download button appear. Now, keep in mind, you do need to have purchased full self-driving to get this option. Obviously, without full self-driving, you will not get access to this FSD beta build. So now that we know how to get the software, let's talk about what to expect. Well, FSD beta is very much a beta. I've been using it for 6 months, and there are times where you're going to be really impressed. And there are times where FSD beta is going to have to learn and make a mistake. We are not in the way of those cars. Oh. Okay, I'm going to stop that. But the point is to not let it make the mistake. You need to be vigilant, and you need to be very aware of everything that's going on. It's more vigilant than autopilot. Autopilot essentially feels pretty damn near perfect at this point. But FSD beta is different. It's going to need to roll out to more so that it can learn more. The more people that have it, the more data it's going to get. The more data that it gets, the better it can become and evolve to. Now, so what can FSD beta do? Well, so for myself, I've seen full self-driving beta make right turns, left turns, roundabouts. I've actually even just recently finally seen a U-turn, which it didn't do in the very beginning. I've seen it pull into parking lots. I have seen it yield for oncoming traffic. I've seen it yield for pedestrians. I've seen it make a blind left turn. So a lot of impressive things that full self-driving beta can do. Now, is it 100%? No. And I think that's where the expectation needs to be set, is that full self-driving beta, while it will blow your mind and will be very cool, still has opportunities and things to still learn. It also is not an autonomous level 5 system, meaning you can't go to sleep. You can't go in the back seat. You still need to be fully aware of everything around you, hands on the steering wheel, observant and looking around, even more so than autopilot. Because this system is still learning. Autopilot has been in in our hands for quite some time, and I think many of us would agree it's almost perfect. But full self-driving beta still has a ways to go, and it's because of us giving feedback is how it will get to where autopilot is today, almost perfect. Now, when I first got FSD Beta about 6 months ago, I could not drop off my daughter to school without an intervention. Today, I'm happy to say that from my house to my daughter's school, it can drive uninterrupted. It's pretty slick seeing that it's evolved over software updates, but that's because I've given plenty of feedback. At one point, it would get into the wrong lane, which was a right turning lane, when it needed to go straight. It needed to learn, it needed to adapt, and it needed to get better. There have been instances where I felt that I was in danger of hitting another vehicle or another vehicle hitting me, and I needed to take over. These are the areas that you need to be vigilant. I cannot stress enough, please, as FSD Beta rolls out to everyone in the larger fleet, please be careful. Please be responsible. Be aware. Don't be looking at your phone. Keep your hands on the steering wheel. Watch in all directions. The last thing that we want is something going wrong on FSD Beta. But as you know, you will be signing away that says I'm responsible of my vehicle when you enable FSD Beta, the same way when you turn on autopilot. So it's fair to say that we are fully responsible when using FSD Beta. Now, how do you enable this? It's the same way you enable autopilot. Double click on the stock and it will activate. The difference is now it'll activate on local roads, whereas before with just autopilot, it needs to be on a freeway. It needs to be on a highway. There needs to be lane markings. Here, I can enable it on my local neighborhood, and it's aware of the cars parked on the side of the road and navigates appropriately. I hope you guys are just as excited to get FSD Beta as I was when I first got it, and hopefully you guys will all use it responsibly, as that will help further FSD Beta to make it better. It'll further Tesla in its goal to more autonomous vehicles and a better autonomous vehicle. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. Have you purchased FSD? Are you anxiously awaiting that download button and will enable it right away? And what are you most excited to see your vehicle do with FSD Beta? I'm interested. Hopefully you guys found this video interesting and informative. If you did, hit that thumbs up button and make sure you're following me on Twitter and Instagram for more content, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.